Hey there, this is LaQuita with QuitaBugHandmaids.com. Thank you so much for joining me today for another Stampin' Up! Tutorial. So for today's video, I am going to be sharing with you 3 alternate project ideas featuring the February 2019 Paper Pumpkin Kit, Grown with Kindness. So in this kit, there were 3 different card designs that you could create, and here are those 3 designs, and there were enough supplies to create 3 of each of those designs, so a total of 9 cards. So I just want to remind you guys that Paper Pumpkin is having its 6th birthday next month in March. So if you're interested in subscribing to Paper Pumpkin with me, make sure that you do so by March the 10th. I have got my monthly subscription link just below the video in the video description, and I've also got all of our different prepaid options in the video description as well, in case you're not really into a month-to-month kind of thing. So I'd love to have you subscribe with me. I give all of my Paper Pumpkin subscribers a little treat each month as a special appreciation gift. So I'd love to have you as a subscriber. So right now I'm just getting everything together, I'm picking what stamps I want to use for this first project. So this video is going to be more of a process video. I literally just turned on the camera, let it roll. I had about 60 minutes of footage and I have condensed it down to about 13 minutes. So I'm just deciding what I want to do, and I decided for this first card I wanted to use the black and white card base. So I'm just thinking here. And I'm going to be die cutting out of this little gray piece. So I'm just going to go ahead and prep my stamps, clean them off. And then I'm bringing in a scrap piece of Whisper White and my Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp this potted succulent. And then I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Blends and do some coloring. So I'm just going to put some scrap paper down to protect my work surface. So I've got both the dark and light shade of Old Olive here. I'm starting with the light shade, and I'm just going to color in all of these leaves. And then I'm going to use the dark shade to trace around the lines of the leaves. And then I'll blend all of that together using the light shade again. So that's usually how I like to color with my blends. But you can also do it the opposite. This is just my preference. So going in with the dark. I love how this looks. Love the blends. And then now I'll just blend it out with the light. And then I noticed that little piece kind of folding over the cup. I think that's a leaf, I'm not sure. But I'm just going to go ahead and color that in too. And then I decided to also color in the little spot on the left where you can see maybe that would be soil in the cup. I went ahead and colored that in with my light shade of Crumb Cake. And I was going to use my light shade of Smoky Slate to color in the teacup, and then I changed my mind. So now I'm just going to go ahead and die cut this little teacup out using the layering circle framelit dies. So I've just got my Big Shot here. I've already got my magnetic platform 1 cutting plate, and I'll go ahead and lay these pieces down. And I'm going to die cut a scalloped circle out of that gray piece. Okay, so I've got this Serenity tea pouch. This is a lavender, spearmint lavender tea bag. So I thought this would be fun to put into this card. So I took the card base and I just scored 1 inch from the bottom to make a little flap. And I'm going to make this a double pocket card. So I'm just going to use my tear and tape on both sides of this flap, so that I can adhere these flaps closed to get my 2 pockets. So I'm just peeling off the backing. Now I'll just fold that up, and now I have my 2 pockets. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere my succulent onto my scallop. There we go. And then I decided I wanted something behind that succulent to make it pop a little bit more. So I took the other printed card base that's included in the paper pumpkin kit, and I cut a strip off of the front of that card base. So I cut this strip at 1 inch by, 1¼ inches by 4¼ inches. And then I'm taking some of this Fresh Fig ruffled ribbon. This is from the annual catalog. And I'm just going to tie this around the front of the card, and I'll adhere my little succulent with dimensionals right over that ribbon to keep that ribbon in place. There we go. So now I want to create a little sentiment piece to go inside of this pocket card. So I've got a piece of lemon lime cardstock here, and I'm going to cut that lemon lime, I'm trying to measure. I'm going to cut that lemon lime cardstock down to 3 3/4 inches by 4 inches, and then I'm going to put a Whisper White mat, and that will be cut at 3½ inches by 3 3/4 inches. And I'll have all of these measurements over on my blog, so if you don't have time to write them down right now, that's okay. The blog post is linked in the video description, and you can check out those measurements over there. So I've gone ahead and adhered my Whisper White to my lemon lime twist, and now I'm stamping my sentiment in Memento Tuxedo Black ink. You are the reason I smiled today. And then I decided I wanted to add one of the little image stamps just above that sentiment in Fresh Fig. There we go. So I'll just pop that into the left side, put my tea pouch in, and now I can tie this up. Tie a little bow. This ribbon ties beautifully, so I love this ribbon. And if you don't have this ribbon, you can absolutely just use the, or if you don't have any other ribbon at all, you can just use the twine that comes in the kit. I just wanted to add something a little different. Okay, so I'm going to finish this up with some of the enamel dots that come in the kit. So I'm not really sure, not really sure where I want to put them, but there we go. Now I got it. So there it is. There's project number 1. Just open it up. Cute little pouch. So easy. Okay, so for project number 2, I thought I was filming. I was not. I had turned off the camera and then I forgot to turn it back on. So I trimmed down this piece. I trimmed down from the left side. I took 1/2 inch off. So this little image, pre-printed image from the kit is now cut 3½ inches wide. And I'm just going to take this and literally just stamp this sentiment in Memento Tuxedo Black. So this sentiment says, be kinder to yourself and let your kindness flood the world. So I just stamped that in the upper right-hand corner, leaving a little space from the top. And then I'm just going to pop this into this little frame. And there you have a quick home decor piece. Super simple. Love it. That's it. Okay, so I'm just going to clean my stamps and go on to the third project. I love that little frame piece. Isn't that fun? It was so easy. Okay, so now it took me a while to come up with the third project. I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but I decided to bring in the black card base from the kit, and then I have a little bit of the third card base that I cut down for the first card. I have a little bit of that one left, so I'm thinking I'm going to use that. So right now I'm just kind of playing around with these pieces, trying to figure out what I want to do. Okay, so that's going to work. So I am going to bring in my trimmer, my Stampin' Trimmer, and I'm cutting down that other printed card base. And I cut a layer at 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. So that's going to be my mat on the front of the card. And then I'm going to add that U pre-printed piece, and then these 2 little die cut pieces from the kit. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this pre-printed U, succulent U piece onto this layer. And then I'm going to adhere that onto the front of the black card base. And then I am going to wrap some of the black twine from the kit around the front of the card, the entire front of the card, and I'm going to tie this in a bow. And the twine did not want to cooperate. I don't know how many times I tried to tie this bow. Well, you'll see here. I just couldn't get it tight enough. It was just so loose. And so finally, I figured out a little trick. I needed a third hand for this, and it just wasn't working. There we go. So I just put my block there to hold that in place. And now I got it. I don't know why, I just could not get it to tie tight. Okay, so now I've got it just how I want it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment on this little lemon lime twist piece, and I'm stamping the sentiment that says, "Can do incredible things." So then the card will say, "You can do incredible things." So I stamped that in Memento Tuxedo Black ink. I'm just going to go ahead and clean that and put it away. Okay, so now I'm going to add this fresh fig piece on with dimensionals, and I'm putting those dimensionals below the twine. And then I'm going to add the sentiment piece on with dimensionals as well. And I'm going to put that at a slight angle. I thought that looked neat on the slanted fresh fig piece. Isn't that fun? And then I'll just trim down these twine ends and add on my enamel dots. And again, I just didn't know where I wanted to put them. So I end up deciding to kind of move some of them around. And then I was happy with that. There we go. There's project number 3. Okay, so let me just bring back all 3 projects. There they are. I would love to know which one of the 3 is your favorite. So leave me a comment below. Let me know which one is your favorite. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this process video. I had a great time creating these projects, so I hope that you like them. So again, don't forget, make sure that you subscribe by March the 10th if you want to get in on the special 6th birthday kit. So thank you so much for joining me. You can find my subscription links just below this video in the video description notes, and you can find all of the details about these projects and the measurements over on today's coordinating blog post linked in the video description below. And I'll see you guys very soon. Bye now.